Have you ever wondered what shopping for Shipt would be like if you could get tipped on every order? If so, then watch this video to learn the new way that Shipt shoppers get guaranteed tips, see a demonstration of how it works and how I've used it almost daily for the past week. And for the people wondering what the catch is, stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about the 4 mistakes most people make that make you ineligible for guaranteed tips and how to avoid them. But first, let me show you the old way of getting guaranteed tips on Shipt, because the new way doesn't replace the old way, it adds to it. So you should actually be using both the old and new methods to maximize the amount of money you make on Shipt. So first, the old way of getting guaranteed tips is
flashback.
Tip tracking and map labeling. If you use Google Maps, one of the handy features that it comes with is being able to label the addresses that you come to. Now, the best way to do it is when you go into an address for an order that you're about to complete, you hit that address, you hit that edit label button, you add the date of that order and the last 4 of that order number. So in the future, whenever you want to look up to see if that customer tipped, because maybe you get another offer from that customer again in the future, what you want to do is hit that address, look back in your payment history for that record of that date and that last 4, see if that customer tipped. If you do this consistently, it's an easy way to master your market. You'll have an idea of who are all the customers in your market that tip or rate you well in the future. If they don't tip, you also have a record of those customers as well. Using this trick to master your market will end up increasing the amount of orders that you receive tips for.
End of flashback.
So now that you've learned the old way of getting guaranteed tips, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to learn the correct way to combine it with the new way to maximize the amount of money you make with Shipt. But in a nutshell, what makes the new way of getting guaranteed tips so much better than the old way is that now you get your guaranteed tips up front. So what is this new method of getting guaranteed tips and how does it work? To best understand how this new method of getting guaranteed tips works, let's start with a basic understanding of how Shipt shoppers get paid. Like most gig apps, the average Shipt shopper earns between 15 to 20 bucks an hour, but unlike pretty much all other gig apps, Shipt doesn't show you the full amount that you'll get paid on the order. They only show you the base pay on the offers you receive. So if the customer isn't somebody that you've shopped for before, then you can't be assured whether you'll get tipped or not on that order. Now, the new method of getting guaranteed tips solves this problem by essentially covering the tips on the non-tipping orders and leaving your tips untouched when you get a big tipping order. Now, since this raises the floor on how much you can make with Shipt while maintaining the same ceiling, this immediately raises the overall amount of money that you can make doing Shipt. Now, are you ready to learn a tip that immediately makes you money from day one and leaves you wondering why so many other Shipt shoppers haven't caught on yet? So, the new method of getting guaranteed tips on Shipt is by using the solo pay guarantee, but 99% of Shipt shoppers are using it wrong and missing out on guaranteed tips. So here's how you use it correctly and how I've been using it over the past couple weeks. Number 1, if you don't already have the Solo app, you can make an extra $10 right off the bat by downloading Solo using my link in the description section and in the pinned comment below, which will get you an extra $10 cash back once you sign up for a subscription plan. Now please note, you'll need to at least get the Pro plan with pay guarantee in order to use the tip I'm about to show you, but this $10 cash back is essentially a big discount on that plan. And like I said earlier, it pays for itself. Number 2, link your Shipt account to Solo so it can update your smart schedule and pay guarantee information. Number 3, also link your PayPal or Venmo account, which is where you'll get the $10 cash back, as well as other future payments from Solo. So stay tuned for more info on that later in this video. So once you've downloaded Solo, link to your Shipt account, as well as link your Venmo or PayPal, here's how you use the Solo Pay Guarantee to get guaranteed tips on every Shipt order you take going forward. So the first thing is be sure to use Smart Schedule and schedule your hours on Shipt based on the times that it's going to be the smartest for you to work to maximize your chance of getting the highest tipping customers according to Solo. Also, when you schedule your day on the Solo app, be sure to base the beginning of your Shipt schedule based on the hour that you'll be driving to the store and beginning to shop the order on Shipt. Just the other morning, for example, I got this order with a delivery window from 11 to 12, so I have to drive to the store and begin shopping the order between 10 and 11. So I scheduled and guaranteed both of those hour blocks on the Solo app to make sure I cover the full amount of time it takes to work that order. And then when I deliver that order, if it takes, for example, an hour to deliver that order and the Solo pay guarantee is $15 an hour, if the customer doesn't tip and I only get the $7 base pay from Shipt, then Solo covers that other $8 to make me whole. On the other side of the coin, if the customer tips $10 and you add that to my $7 base pay from Shipt and I get $17, which is above that $15 pay guarantee, then I get to keep my $10 tip, and higher pay than the guarantee stays untouched. Now, your guaranteed hours are reviewed daily for the 2 days prior, which especially makes sense on Shipt because those customers sometimes don't tip immediately. Now, remember earlier when I mentioned that linking your PayPal or Venmo account would get you that $10 cash back from Solo, as well as other payments from Solo? Well, here's that other payments part now. First, all of that guaranteed pay and all those guaranteed tips that you get from Solo will be deposited directly into your Solo wallet. You can then transfer that money from your Solo wallet to your PayPal or Venmo account. Depending on what plan you have, you can either have unlimited transfers or you can have a limited number of transfers per month. And here's the fun part. You can then use that money that you just transferred from Solo to your Venmo or PayPal account to pay for your Solo subscription, to buy more credits, to guarantee more hours, and it essentially keeps paying for itself. So if you really want to make the big bucks on Shipt, then listen up to learn how you can combine the old method of getting guaranteed tips with the new method and make the most money possible on the platform. First things first, start with the basics. Use a smart schedule your day on Solo, guarantee it, and of course, avoid the non-tipping customers. Now let's build on top of that. Always be sure you have pay guarantee on whenever you're taking order from an unknown customer on Shipt. Second, when taking orders from unknown customers on Shipt, try to take 2 to 3 orders at a time. Multiple customers multiplies your chances of getting tipped, helps you earn more tips per hour, and also helps you avoid more non-tipping orders in the future faster, reducing your need to use Solo on Shipt orders in the future, and further opening your opportunity to use Solo the right way with other gig apps. By the way, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a video showing you how to use Solo the right way with other gig apps like DoorDash or Walmart Spark, etc. But here's the catch. All this information is completely useless if you do one of the 4 things that instantly makes you ineligible for guaranteed tips and causes you to only receive that $6 base pay when the customer doesn't tip. But first, if you're getting value from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Without further ado, let's jump back into it. So number 1 is multi-apping. Solo only guarantees your pay when you're solo apping. I think that's why they call it Solo. If you earn income from an unscheduled app, then that hour no longer qualifies you for guaranteed pay. It makes you ineligible and you'll no longer get your guaranteed tip, so don't do that. So number 2, working or scheduling the wrong app. There's been a couple times where I didn't filter my smart schedule correctly and I put in some Uber Eats hour within my Shipt day, but I only meant to do Shipt that day. So double check that you're doing that correctly. Don't do what I did and deliver an order that doesn't get a tip. Number 3, not scheduling both your shop hour and your deliver hour. Yes, you're not going to use all of your shop hour, and yes, you're not going to use all of your deliver hour, but technically you may use all of your deliver hour if you're chaining orders and if you're getting back to back and then staying full busy the entire time. And then number 4, Solo pay guarantee may not be in your area yet. Solo's been recently expanding though. They recently expanded to these locations right here: Fresno, you got Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, Santa Fe, Albuquerque.
53 Wantabo, apartment 6.
But if Solo pay guarantee is not yet in your city and state, you may be able to hasten how quickly it comes there by downloading Solo, linking your gig apps, and helping them get the information they need to evaluate your market better. But the funny thing is, pay guarantee may not even be Solo's most valuable feature, because even before I knew about Solo's pay guarantee, I needed Solo for an entirely different reason that almost cost me thousands of dollars. So if you want to learn more about how not using Solo almost cost me north of $3,000, then watch this video now.